Hated you here. WeWork intends to tell every landlord on the street they are going to renegotiate nearly all of its leases. Amir, I know you heard that.
Yeah, well, the Real Deal broke that story, and
did they?
Yeah, and so so now we're actually seeing it come into play where there's lawsuits being thrown around. WeWork used to be the best tenant you could get for your office building,
AAA rated,
and I always said that if you become a company that becomes a verb, like go Google it, or I'm going to WeWork some space in Miami or something like that, I always thought you're always safe. I'm going to Uber over there or whatever. So I always thought companies like that would be safe, and that was what I always loved about WeWork, because they really took this sort of a notion of logistical transportation and took it to another level. And every landlord who is like vying to get a WeWork there is now trying to sort of make it work somehow, because there's not that many office tenants out there. So I think it's to the benefit of the landlords to try to make it work, because WeWork is still a viable option. It still works. It just doesn't work at the scale that they were hoping for.
So Regus went bankrupt some time ago, and they have a smaller, more nimbler footprint. What WeWork did is kind of the same thing that Regus is doing, not to put them on the same level. Regus is going after professionals, or was going after professionals. Here WeWork was going after creatives, the cryptos, the flower shops, all those little individuals or small investors,
WeWork's
hedge
come
fund.
Find you.
Yeah,
WeWork's coming to find
No,
you.
But to you look, when in their heyday, you had like UBS take WeWork space, so like you had like known sort of
additional
entities.
space.
Well, let's break this down slightly differently. If we all agree that the value of an office asset is based on its net operating income, and then you had a AAA rating, that's how you got the money, and you borrowed the money.
Now you have a WeWork.
Now you got WeWork saying that we need to renegotiate, or we're going to bounce out of there, reducing your NOI, meaning reducing the value of that asset. And it goes back to what we were just talking about 5580, which is reducing that debt. Leo, what's WeWork's problem going to be when they try to renegotiate these deals with the landlord?
They're going to get hit with a very, very extreme amount of bills, right? Tax bills. And they're going to go to the government. They're going to say, look, you got to pass this resolution. You got to get Joe to sign this. Otherwise, we're going to go bankrupt, and we're going to do it the other way.
So this goes back to the housing resolution that you mentioned earlier.
It does. And specifically, it's the Internal Revenue Code 108, parentheses A1. I'm sorry to be an attorney in a second.
No, but Leo, tell me this. What is WeWork's problem, or what are the landlords going to do legally to stop them from just saying, as a business decision, let's renegotiate, or they're going to vacate? What's going to be the issue there legally?
Yeah, well, you have to understand that WeWork is, as far as we're concerned, capitalized. I don't think they want to make payments to these landlords, because they understand the landscape is changing. And yes, their business is viable, but it's viable to a certain extent, and they know they got to drop their footprint a little bit. And once they've dropped their footprint a little bit, they're going to have less cash flow. And that less cash flow is going to equal what? Speaking to the landlords to downsize the amount that they're paying every month. There's going to be carnage in New York City and throughout the country and the world with WeWork. WeWork is not going to be fitting the bill. It's either going to be the taxpayer that's fitting the bill, or it's going to be the landlord that's fitting the bill. The landlords.
Do you smell litigation?
I smell restructuring. Let's be easy on the whole litigation front. Litigation could be with words, not with papers. Okay, so motion papers versus words are different. I can almost count on the general counsel right now at WeWork having a smirk on its face or her face, saying, you know what, I think we have the upper hand here, Mr. Related or Mr. X and Y, landlord, because we occupy 40% of your net operating income.
I tell you, if I was a landlord that had a WeWork in there, I would go out of my way to make it work somehow, because I don't want to go out there looking for another tenant. I'm realizing that the rents that were available before are just not available now, and everybody has to come, to the 50-yard line to make it work.